Welcome to our first video in the What's Next series on digital customer experience. My name is Robert Kooloos. I'm leading ITELIOS in the Netherlands. ITELIOS is our unified commerce agency. I have a lot of experience in building digital commerce solutions for different clients in different markets. With me today is Kars Kooistra.
Hi everyone, as Robert said, my name is Kars Kooistra. I'm a digital officer at Capgemini and I'm commercially responsible for ITELIOS in the Netherlands.
So Kars, what is the state of e-commerce in today's market?
Well, Robert, if you look at online commerce, I think it's becoming way more mature than it used to be. Revenue for organizations through online channels has become skyrocketing, and you also see organizations really tap into the opportunities, being present everywhere and trying to sell personalized products, like Lacoste, a client of us who can sell personalized polos, but also using new technologies to help customers recommend products, what Adidas is doing with AI. That being said, if you look at e-commerce separately as a channel, I think that is dead. Customers don't think in channels, and I still see a lot of organizations think like that in a channel. And that causes problems in the experience customers have with you as an organization. A good example is if you book a ticket for your honeymoon and will post that on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and say, I will fly with a specific airliner, you probably get a like within seconds of the social media team. But the moment you walk into the plane, they don't know you're on your honeymoon. And how great would it be if that information would be present there as well? So from that perspective, in an experience way, there's still a lot to do in the e-commerce market.
So Kars, if e-commerce as a separate channel is dead, what do our clients need to do in this market to win?
Well, Robert, if you look at everybody, what the papers are saying, and the analysts and the people that have studied for it, they all say you need to be omni-channel. We think different. We think it's a step further. We talk about unified commerce. So what's the difference between omni-channel, multi-channel, single-channel and unified commerce? Well, unified commerce implies that you have one system with one data set which is present everywhere at real time. So from your customer care center to in-store, the data is shared and everybody's looking at the same system. And that's a problem with a lot of organizations are struggling with omni-channel. There are still separate channels within the organization, within the systems, and rely heavily on integrating those systems. And there you will see that through legacy within the IT infrastructure, that becomes a hassle. And with unified commerce, with data everywhere, you will create an experience, a shopping experience that's really differentiating to what people are experiencing now. An example could be that I would like to buy a suit jacket. I will go online or either on Pinterest to find some great suit jackets in the color gray. Then I will probably see a brand. I will go to the brand site, and since suit jackets can be pretty expensive, I want to feel the fabric and try it on first before ordering online. So I will look on the website where I can try it. All the time, you hopefully with unified commerce systems will be able to track that and track me as a person, and I'll probably log in on the website, for instance Suit Supply or Cavallaro, so they will see what I'm doing on the online web shop. And what my preference would be that if we walk into the store, that the store employee knows what I've looked for and can help me directly talk about that gray suit and probably can recommend me some products possibly on previous purchases. And that's where you want to go, and that's where unified commerce can make a difference. And it's done because all the data is in one system and shared through all the channels.
Okay, so it's about unified commerce. But why do you believe unified commerce is the new standard for our clients?
Well, if you look, I already explained that unified commerce is really important in delivering that seamless experience. And if you look at today's market, or at least what our clients are confronted with, the internet is a blessing and a nightmare for them. It opened opportunities to new markets, to new countries to sell their products, but it also opened up our market for competitors. In the same time, you will see that the likes of Amazon, Apple, and Google and Facebook are really investing heavily in technology that increases experience of customers. They own at this time the conversational interface. So for a brand or an organization to reach out to customers, it's pretty hard. And if you talk about the digital shelf, the shelf space where you as a brand can stand, can be positioned, is smaller than in a store, for instance. So you're all competing for a limited amount of attention and space from customers. Unified commerce will help you set yourself apart as a brand. So it's about bringing a differentiating experience through all the channels that in the end will make you hopefully a preference instead of an option, so that the next time I order something through Alexa or Google Home, that I will name the brand instead of Alexa, I need coffee, and that she gives me some options.
So if I buy the right technology, I will win?
Not exactly. Unified commerce relies heavily on technology. I talked about integrating one system, data, and of course analytics, AI powered is also really important. But it's a key tool in delivering a differentiating experience. In the end, what you see, customers prefer convenience, experience, personalization. They want to feel special. And technology can help, but that's not the only thing you need to do. Everybody's looking at omnichannel unified commerce. So currently not everybody is doing it correctly or doing it right. But there are some examples of that companies that do it right. But in the end, this will become a commodity as well, because everybody can buy good technology with the right budget. So we believe that, I personally believe that in the end, it comes down to the combination of choosing the right technology with a unified commerce experience in your mind when deciding which technology you're going to choose. Decide for yourself as a brand, what do I stand for and what message do I want to send to my customers? And from that should be through all the channels, the same experience, the same message. So if you're about increasing health of somebody, then everything you communicate in your product should be about improving your health and using creating that seamless experience. And next to that, it's also about understanding what your customers want. We typically still think in segments. Kars is a middle-aged man, is father of a young daughter, married, so he probably would like this product. No, I'm a young father, so I want to raise up my daughter in the right way. I don't have any experience in that. Please, brand, help me. So understand from a human level what's driving me and try and tap into there. And if you do that, then unified commerce will be done in the right way. So human understanding, the right technology, the right brand message, and then through all the channels, on, offline, social. So Robert, now I've told a little bit about how we look at unified commerce and why we think it's important. I've mainly talked about consumers and what it does for a brand or an organization. You have a lot of experience in delivering e-commerce projects and know how organizations work. In your opinion, what are the type of capabilities you need as an organization to be able to deliver a unified commerce experience?
Yes, so it's about building digital capabilities on 4 dimensions: people, process, technology, and data.
Okay. So Robert, can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yes, so if you as an organization, as an enterprise organization, want to deliver a unified commerce experience, then you really need to undergo a transformational organizational change. You need to work towards a culture that leaves room for your employees to fail, to be safe to fail, for your employees to also experiment, and also to develop this continuous improvement mindset, which makes that you can continuously work towards a better unified experience for your customers. So getting towards that culture is of course quite easy for a startup in Silicon Valley that is starting from scratch. But for an enterprise where mostly there are bureaucratic cultures in place, it is a lot harder. So in order to be successful, I think it's very important that senior leadership is backing this, and that senior leadership is really helping the people that are leading this transformational change in being successful. So we all know the example of one big Dutch bank that heavily adopted the Spotify model, and this was really personally backed by their CEO.
Okay. So, Robert, you talk about senior commitment. Do you think it's extremely necessary to succeed, and that you can only succeed with strong commitment from the leadership, or can you do it also without?
Well, by no means I want to apply that this is the only way to be successful. I think from my personal experience, I have been part of a project where one person had a good idea. It started with one person that said, hey, we have our salespeople that are visiting our customers, and they bring with them a very big suitcase full with product documentation. Can't we do this in a smarter way? Today we have iPads, why don't we build a product finder iPad app? So they started doing that, and of course the salespeople, they really like this because they didn't need to bring this this suitcase with them within their flights. So it was really helpful to them, and they started thinking about, okay, what can we do more to really make use of this tool? So they started asking for extra features like frequently asked questions, like sales scripts, etc. This really went viral within that enterprise. It started in one BU and it has been spread over multiple BUs and later on even divisions. And it led to a very sophisticated sales force enablement platform, bringing a lot of value and a lot of sophisticated new service towards the salespeople.
Okay. That's a great example, Robert. And if I'm correct, it sounds almost like that our clients and anybody watching this video could start tomorrow somewhere within the organization to really start transform their organization. Is it really that easy?
Well, I think it's true that all our clients could start that way, but it is quite hard to do this consistently without this backing from senior leadership. For example, within the same business unit, we started building a B2B e-commerce platform, and that really didn't go in the right way. We started with an MVP, which was still quite small, only in one country, one customer segment, and not that many integrations towards the backend systems. But instead of building on top of that MVP, making it successful in that country and rolling it out later, the decision was taken to roll it out directly to another region and to other countries in that region, which made the tool much more complex, harder to manage, and in the end the adoption rate within the business went down. And of course that had impact on the business case. The business case was not being met. The sales kept going down, and in the end there were no investments made in the platform to really succeed. So what they ended up with was a very expensive lead generation tool, and new customers that were making use of this tool, they were converted to customers for the traditional channels.
So Robert, great examples. What I hear, it's about creating the right culture and the right mix between management support as well. And if you do it correctly, you can get some good results. Also, if you don't do it wrong, some bad results. I think it's one part of the equation. What's your point of view on the business processes of organizations? What do they need to do with those?
Yeah, that's a good question, Kars. Effectively, when enterprises are starting e-commerce, they are putting their business online. So the quality of their data, their business processes, and also their ability to handle exceptions is highly visible to their customers. And because enterprises are organized in functional silos, and this is about creating a unified commerce experience, you will need to make sure that you create a cross-functional team across those silos that will work together seamlessly in order to bring the best experience to their customers. So for example, if we go back to the example of a B2B e-commerce platform, we could have done that differently. We could still start small in one region with, for example, only one customer, take the learnings from co-creating this platform together with this one customer, learn from their needs and wants, and also from the ability of the organization to handle and monitor these orders, take back the learnings and create a great unified commerce platform within that one country, scale up within the country first, make it successful, and only then roll it out towards different regions, different countries.
So Robert, I think I completely agree with your point of view on the business processes. What about technology? Because I was talking about unified commerce, it relies heavily on technology. What's your point of view and experience in that area? What do you think is important?
So yes, the pace of technological change is today only accelerating. So it is very important in order to build a unified commerce platform that you have an open and flexible architecture. You need to, as you also already introduced, you need to integrate to a lot of different systems to do this right. Systems for marketing, ERP systems, you need to integrate to order management systems, PIM, DAM, etc. And next to that, you also need to more and more integrate towards innovative SaaS services in order to be successful in the market. So in order to do that, you will need to have this open and flexible architecture, and you will need to make sure that the data coming from your legacy systems is also very well integrated within this platform. You need to make sure that this data is also accessible not only to your employees but also to your customers, because they need to, for example, if a customer is ordering something behind his desk and he wants to pick it up in a retail store when he goes home from work, you need to make sure that if he sees the product available on the website, that he's also able to pick it up in the store when he goes home. So that's very important, and for that I think you really need to make sure that you invest in open APIs, not only to make sure that you can innovate within the technological boundaries of your own organization, for example by creating service on wearables or conversational commerce, but also by opening up towards the larger ecosystem of your partners and startups that can bring new innovative services to your clients, which will only bring extra value to you as a company.
Okay, so we've talked about unified commerce today. To summarize it quickly, we think unified commerce is the next step in delivering a seamless commerce experience. It's about having real-time data for your customers and for yourself as an organization, being able to steer on that. It's about sending your brand message and understanding what your customers want and adapt to that on all the channels, and also to succeed in that and become the winner of tomorrow. It also will impact your organization, so be aware that you need to be able to change your organization not only in the way that you work but also the culture within the organization, and really strive to do it in a collaborative way and together to achieve that seamless unified goal. It's all in the word unified in the end. So we want to thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed the video. This was the first video in the series What's Next? Digital Commerce Experience. And stay tuned for more.